Hello YouTube, and welcome into part 4 of Morrighan and Initari's adventures through Stormblood. We're going to get the dungeon done and see how far we get in about an hour or so. Yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're liking these shorter videos compared to the long stream formats. And don't forget that over the last couple days, there has been the Final Fantasy XIV All Saints Wake event and the Phasmophobia event are up on YouTube now as well. But let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's queue for this dungeon. Less than 5 minutes. Oh, and there's a DPS that's just straight queued for it as well. Okay. I mean, luckily there was nothing in chat to have to worry about, but... It does feel a little weird not having my full kit. I will not lie. It's also kind of annoying that you can't pull both of these groups as one. Oh, I'm slowed. That's why everything feels so off. I didn't realize I was slowed. I didn't realize something there could slow, honestly. Why did it sound like someone just blew raspberries? I don't think I can stop that, so I'm not gonna try. I forget that that was only a single pull, but there was no second pack for that one. We are making pretty quick work of this dungeon, though. Boom. Now, I do remember this pool can frickin' hurt. Perfect. I will admit, there might have been a little bit of a scare there, but I wouldn't have blamed it on anyone but myself. Now there's an ability on this guy that you need to... That was not it. I interrupted the wrong one. But I hope you can stun it. You can. But when he tries to seductively scream us all again... Woo! Final boss. Scary face. And here we go. This fight is actually kind of fun. Like, I remember a lot of this fight, and it's a fun one. Because, like, you gotta pay attention to where your debuff says you're gonna go. Or no, we're gonna move forward, so I wanna go this way. Oh, that was the tank buster. Whoops. This one's gotta be retreat, right? Because we've done 2 advances already. Yeah. GG. Oh, thank you. They really cheaped out the Vieira with that one, honestly. Hey, I got 2 player commendations.
That appears to be the last of them. Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
Oh, and oh, hold on.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane.
Probably one of the most fun places. It's got a jump puzzle.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
As I was saying though, at the end of the last part before we finished it and didn't do the dungeon, I tried to figure out who tanked for you if you weren't a tank. It's this guy. He's the tank of that dungeon. Congratulations! You now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvalane, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhaps we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alfino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Ah, yes, Limlane. One of the 12. Arguably, possibly one of my favorite of the 12. Right then, to the hostelry. After you. Ba 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 dun da da.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Blackmail and terrify people?
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane.
Lolorito.
Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
That's to be fair. That is fair.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
Honestly, the second one. Last time we were doing anything with Lolorito, or anything involving Lolorito was going on around us, we ended up wanted, buddy.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
Interesting. What are you
If I may
referring
favor
to?
you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
Interesting.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
And you must be Morrighan Initari, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. Or as Leon says, follow me. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tinkanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, will wonders never cease? Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Attune if you like. I like indeed. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetheryte. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. Kugane is beautiful, and much like Ishgard's nighttime theme, I love the nighttime theme. Why is that so hard to say? Of Kugane. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kogane Dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless aware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh-ho! A kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Aldenod Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Caton? Pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guests, but recently come from Eorzea, from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Caton of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzea Guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. We need to attune to that Aetheryte before we walk away. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Ijingai, the district in which Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisugimi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though, to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant and his cups dared lay hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of a Sekisugimi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. No, that's funny. That's bad. Teleji Adeleji was cut in half by Raban, for those who don't remember. Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. Yeah, that was a rather dark humor. I like the look that Lisa and I just shared. Like, did you hear that? Did you hear that shit? Oh my god, it is the Garlean one. I never noticed that it had the Garlean symbol on it. And like, okay, so it has the Garlean symbol in a lot of places. And I mean, it kind of even looks Garlean. Like, how did I never like make that connection? This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. And we'll take materia. Hey, we leveled up. And we learned Heart of Light. That's our party-wide mitigation. There is oh so much more I speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Oh, and it already put it in the right spot. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices. We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way. Sorry. I realized like how blaringly white my face was. I feel like this is gonna have talking.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Good to know.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea?
Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Is this like a bandana she has tied around her thigh? Or is it... It looks more like metal.
Forgive me. This calls for a map.
Okay. It looks cool, like whatever it is, and I'm just now noticing it.
We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy.
Oh, more politics.
Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Looks like it's more called like the Ruby Tide instead of the Ruby Sea.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I'm told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
That smile wasn't creepy at all. Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Tataru would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. She's so happy, look at her. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alize and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. In, anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. My god, Alpha, these are amazing. Wow! Y'shtola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great! They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Morrighan. Let's step outside and talk about where we're to start. Wow. Alfino's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. Be viewed at any time by using... I think we just click right there. I mean, those are very freaking impressive. It looks more like them than I do. Or, no shit, it looks more like them than you do. I said the words wrong. It looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Ah, sorry, no time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting, Karaku at the onsen. That was it. Come one, come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There is naught that the mystical waters of the Bokaisin hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? You seek this aura and this Rogaden, do ya? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons, past or present. Please! We came all the way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have a reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisugimi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kotokaze, was it? Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. Ah, an Ari shinobi and a Rogaden samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea? The doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet? I see. And you are familiar with the ways of Hingashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The 2 individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to take the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kodakaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3 and I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we've finished. Alright? Good luck. Easily enough. Because there's 3 captains over here we have to talk to. If I do remember correctly, there's at least 1 or 2 of them in here. Oh, no, that's a different quest. Because that one's easy to get. There's 1. Yes, Rogan and gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away, like all the others before him. A woman? Nay, I know her not. Alright. Oh, hey, there's one right there. We had our back to him. You ask me if I've seen this Ari woman and this Rogan samurai. Huh. The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Rodzithan. It would be an unreasonable detour. Seems fair. Honestly, at this point, I think it's just as fast to run this way and then cross the bridge. Okay. I think our last guy is somewhere up here. Like, possibly on the boat. Maybe not. Oh no, he's right there. Meticulous merchant. Passengers? No. We no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now, we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? If it is a woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Alright, you jackass. That wasn't what I was asking about, but okay. Come on. There's a sweet spot here where I can jump down. There we go. I need to interact with this thing anyway, so that's why. Nope, not you. Where's Lise? There she is. How did it... Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. It's probably a trap. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There was someone on my list I forgot to visit. Gyoto. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. When I asked Kodakaze what Namazu meant, she said it was Hengen for catfish. And there I was thinking she'd said fisherman. What? Why do you stare? You have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once. But only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyoto, right? My name is Lise, and this is Morrighan. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see, I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, yes. This would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataru will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, yes, but hurry! Your ship must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasselgar Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring Minnie Gill, yes! Definitely not a trap. It's about time our luck changed. Alfino and the others will be thrilled. Greetings, honored madam. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? Yes, I will. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Arthur. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yugiri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. You know, if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. So this Gyodo claims to have aided both Gosetsu and Yugiri. How fortuitous! Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alfino. Stupid's what I'd call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle? Or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it is not what troubles me the most. Gyodo and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Gyodo claims to have met both him and Yugiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gosetsu made inquiries by himself, and only called upon Yugiri once he found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about him, but if Gyodo's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Yugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. So if it's a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Very well. We should prepare for the worst. Tataru will remain here and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Sekisugimi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Crystal. To review, Lise, Morrighan, and I will meet with Gyodo as planned. Alfino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the unlikely event, or in the likely event that Gyodo attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekisugimi, we will evade them with Alfino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Gyodo does not play us for fools. But we shall see. To the bridge. Evil is afoot. I don't know why I tried to sound like Mermaid Man. We're gonna let that go. I'm gonna leave it in the video, but God, that was dumb. Our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, Morrighan. Something smells fishy. So funny!
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
The way he turned around was something.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
The ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me. These ones are for Doma.
There they are.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes. Just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
Agreed, let's go. And now Alizé is a red mage. There's the Alizé we all have grown to know and love. Oi! As expected, the Segasigimi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading their patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Use the smoke bombs to evade the patrols. Be warned that attacking the Segasigimi will result in failure. I know I'm probably safe. Okay, so we had to get caught by those ones first. Now what happens when I've run out of smoke bombs? Come with me. I will guide you to your friends. First a talking fish and now a tortoise. Oh, what have we got to lose? thank the 12 you made it. I feared our Kugane friend might not find you in time. Everything is going to be alright. Trust me. Duty complete.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Kugane. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
Do you?
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
We bring a new friend or two. God, that catfish sounds heavy.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Sekisei Gumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern, and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kugane of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kugane of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
Hancock is much better at, like, being a public face than Lolorito was.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
Alright. Turn the quest in here. I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guards snapping at our heels. And with that, thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And again, let me know how you're liking these shorter videos compared to just the longer, like 3-hour blocks of streams, 3 to 4 hours that get loaded up at one time. Don't forget, speaking of streams, you can watch me, supposed to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, at twitch.tv/CalebGames here. I usually start around 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. But your best bet for knowing that is to follow my Twitter, or X, but Twitter or Threads, to see when I post. Because lately, schedule has been a little funky because of children and all of that. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time, YouTube. Bye.